Hi Jacob, I'm going to be doing the video response for today's week, week 6. Today's week was a very interesting one because we had to read about 2 chapters. And yeah, I'm just going to break down your paper and compare and see some differences. So for the first paragraph, we talked about the same things. We're talking about the 3 core values that are important to understand Latino families, and that's familism, respeto, and education. I like the fact that you provided a definition and also an example for each. It really tied in that paragraph really nicely, and I enjoyed reading that. Moving on to acculturation. Yet again, we talk about the same things. I like the fact that you talked about self-maximization because it's something really interesting to note that how high acculturated Latino mothers are trying to incorporate those values into their child reading. Not that they're more exposed to education and they're more exposed to how, I guess, America works. So they're applying those values that are important for American mothers into their kids. Things such as using more verbal cues for strategies. Things as it's okay for you to have peers outside of the family and things like that. So it is important to note that. And another thing that's important to note is why low acculturated mothers practice certain strategies to their kids. We need to see the whole paradigm. Why are they being more strict to their kids? Why are they more hostile and whatnot? And that's because of the environment that they're exposed to, their education systems, their neighborhood, poverty, their socioeconomic status also plays a huge part of why they practice these certain type of rules. And it's because they're trying to prevent their kids from going to the wrong path. And even though we see it as an action that is like super strict, kind of militant way, we have to understand that they really want the very best for the kid, even though this might along the line hurt the kid. That's something else that's not mentioned in the book, but it also plays a part. It plays a part of why they want their kids to be friends with their family members, why they want their kids to be more part of the family, and why there's such huge dropout rate because of the poverty that they're seeing. They're like, okay, well, once you hit 18, you gotta help in the family because we need you. So all of this makes sense, and instead of seeing it as like, whoa, why are they so different from us, you have to see to the whole picture. Well, then why is this? And, you know, get this information that we got in the book. So going to the very last paragraph, which is talking about the elderly, yet again, I keep saying it, but we do talk about the same things. The only difference is that I like the fact that you mentioned like the Spanish terms that the elderly use, such as ataque de nervios, locura, y el ojo. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started with that. But I like the fact that you provided that. And it's also important to note that as you could say, like, acculturation is something that needs to be seen not only for families but also for the elderly, because they lack so much care. And even though they live longer than other groups, it is so sad that they have to go through so much bad stuff within the system to get help. And it really does suck because they're at the stage in their life that they should not go through this stuff. They should have the proper care. They should have people that understand their needs, that understand their language, their culture, and where they're coming from. And why is it so hard for them to get that help? Because they see themselves that people are judging them, that people do not want to understand them, and it's so disheartening. Like, they should not be treated this way. And it also ties into why we need more research for the elderly, so we can provide these changes and provide proof of why it's so needed in this field to recognize the needs of this community. So yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks, Jacob, for your paper. as always, I like reading it and I can't wait to read more. Bye.